In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why every natural lifter that wants to look lean and muscular and proportional, not big, not like these juice heads, not like these fat, puffy clowns, like lean, muscular and aesthetic, the reason why you want to train 3 days a week is because we only have so much ability to recover. Our central nervous system only has so much it can do. Now you might be like, well, people on steroids, they've got the same central nervous system because they're humans too and blah, blah, blah. But steroids make it easier to recover. It's point blank period. And even if they don't, right? Even if they don't make it easy to recover, because of the amount of fucking exogenous hormones they're pumping in their asshole, they can get away with training every day, every other day, As a natural, there is no fucking way you're going to be able to progressively overload on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's no fucking way. Or even take 2 days off. There's no way. I've been doing it for years. I was training 5, 6, 7 days a week for years. And yes, did I get stronger here and there? Of course, right? Have I built muscle? Of course. But mainly they were noob gains. And once I dialed back the volume, I went to 3 days, focusing solely on progressively getting stronger week after week, meaning increase in reps for the sets you're doing on that same weight, or increasing weight. Progressive overload. You can do progressive overload with frequency, but no one does that, and it's fucking stupid. Like I said, the central nervous system. You can do progressive overload with reps, like I said, with load, or you can do it with like intensity, but you should, look, I'm going to make the assumption that you train hard anyway. I will make a separate video on you need to train hard, period. There's no, you can go in the gym for half an hour, for 15 minutes. And if you did 2 hard as sets, they've done studies on this. If you do 2 hard as sets, they only did it for 1. If you did 1 hard as set, right? And you progressively overload, that would be literally all you need to get a response, a stimulus from muscle growth. It sounds crazy, and I don't do that because I do enjoy the gym, and I don't recommend you do that. But what I'm saying is, to support my argument, as a natural lifter, there is no fucking way you can go to the gym 5, 6 days a week and get stronger on the main lifts, the compound lifts, that will actually result in muscle growth. Because think about it. If you're bench pressing 225, right, for 5 reps, 5 reps, all good. If you do the same weight, 225 for 5 reps today, and you do the same weight, 225 for 5 reps next year, and you haven't gained strength at all on your bench press, your chest will look the same, your triceps will look the same, and your shoulders will look the same. I can guarantee they will look the same. And you're probably like, oh, how do the shoulders get worked in the bench press? They don't really, but they have to because they're on the fucking arm. You know how, I used to do bench press, right? And I think this is a common problem with most people. They try and bench and they're like, oh, I feel it in my shoulders. Why am I feeling it in my shoulders? It's because you don't have that mind-muscle connection. But that's besides the point. But that's just to go to show that, yes, your shoulders do get worked, unfortunately. But you can make it so they don't if you do proper form. But back to the point. If you're doing the same weight, the same reps, the same sets today as next year, you will not get stronger. You will not look better. Maybe marginally from all that accumulative volume over the year, perhaps, but you're not going to look substantially better. And let me ask you something. Do you want to stay natural and build a great physique, or do you just want to take steroids and build a mediocre physique? Because you can take steroids and not progressively overload and just fuck around in the gym. They've done studies where they took groups of people. One group was people that took steroids that did not even touch a fucking weight. And then another group that was natural, but they were resistance training. The group that didn't even lift weights that was on steroids gained significantly more muscle than the group of naturals that trained. If that doesn't go to show that you can pretty much do anything, you can fucking wipe your ass and build muscle if you're on steroids. So I'm not talking to those that take steroids. Now, if you were to, I'm not hating on people that take steroids, but my message is tailored towards those that are natural, that don't want to take that shit, and that want to look great. They're not about looking the biggest. They're not about this. Like I had a comment, it's like, oh, you're not ripped enough. Why should I listen to you? And it's like, what do you think the standards for naturals are, man? What do you think they are? Do you think Sam Sulak's natural? Do you think Ronnie Coleman was natural? Do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger was natural? Of course not. Do you think most of these fitness influencers that claim natural are actually natural? Of course not. As a natural lifter, right? I'm not at my genetic peak. I'm probably 80% of the way there. But you're not going to get huge as a natural. Point blank, period. You're not going to get huge as a natural. But what you can do, you can still get big, but then you get lean. So you look unbelievable. So in the gym, right, when you get a pump, you literally look like you're on steroids. Like I've had people say like, what the fuck? You look like you're on steroids. Like, what are you taking? When I have a pump in the gym. But when I'm not in the gym, you know, I just look like a normal dude, like a bit bigger than the average dude in a t-shirt. But when I take my shirt off, you can really see the proportions. You know, the narrow waist, the wider shoulders, the big chest, all that kind of stuff. But whereas if you were to add on a bit of body fat, you'd look puffy, bloated, you'd just look fat and small. You wouldn't look good. So as a natural, back to the main point, you need to focus on progressive overload. That is the only way you're going to be able to build a great physique. The only way. Like, I can't put it any other way. Obviously, sleep's important and protein's important and getting the right amount of calories for your goals is important. Right? And especially for those cutting that trying to lose weight, if you're not resistance training and at the very, very least maintaining your lifts, right? So if you do 60 kilos on bench press for 5 reps and then you start the cut and then, you know, you're losing weight. If that bench press drops, that's kind of a sign that you're losing muscle. Because the thing is, what lifts that bar? Muscles, right? And if you're lifting more, obviously your muscles are working more, they're overloading more. If you're lifting less, that means your muscles have like a less adaptation. They're not adapting. If anything, they're literally regressing. So if you're in a cut, make sure you resistance train. It doesn't matter if you want to look like a bodybuilder or not. One, you're not going to because it's hard to build muscle and takes a long time, a lot of dedication. But 2, you need to maintain the muscle that you have on a cut. But anyway, that is my argument for why 3 days a week is superior for natural lifters. If you disagree, chuck a comment below. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.